Why do we exist? Well, to me, the fundamental purpose of life is to attain, pretain, and retain being the highest version of yourself. To be absolutism in success. To ensure your succession through procession of betterment and self-development. When we look around us, we have so many underdeveloped characters, so many rudimentary personas that surround us in our day-to-day life. People who have time on earth but lack the experience that comes with the time, right? It's like working a job for a certain amount of time and never getting a promotion. It's like you might as well quit, because there's people on earth with less time than you that are more experienced than you, because they put themselves in certain positions to gain certain experiences, to foster certain experiences, to foster a certain amount of intellect and competence, to decree excellence to a certain degree in a certain point of time in their life. Everyone wants to be the best. Everyone wants to be the pinnacle and the most highest point of their existence, the most cultivated version of themselves. But you have to understand that you have to actually develop yourself to become that, so you can identify with the highest version of yourself. You can work out, you can eat good, but if you're not actually developing your competence, if you're not actually developing your mind under tension, if you're not actually actualizing the desires that you want and putting into motion the certain experiences you need to cultivate to ensure that desire to be fulfilled, then I'm telling you right now, you are not the best version of yourself. And you have to understand that, not because I said that, but your mind, in your DNA, you have something called epigenetics. And epigenetics, they release due to circumstantial or environmental pressures. So your circumstance literally unravels your DNA. So if you are in the same position all your life, you never really escape that comfort zone, and you're not unlocking and unfolding your DNA. This is epigenetics. This is a scientific, factual concept. And there's people unraveling their DNA, tapping into different levels of their psyche. There's a spectrum in the psyche. You have to understand that emotions, spectrums, like those are all real, and they're all settings in your mind. But if you aren't tapping into dormant settings, if you aren't tapping into dormant, like imagine a cube, right? If you are always in like a cube, right? If you're always on the top right corner of the cube, then, and you stay there your entire life, how are you going to know the bottom of the cube, the top of the cube, the side of the cube? How are you going to have this conglomeration of experience when you don't actually have the experience? How are you going to assert yourself in a certain way or claim to be in a certain position, aka the higher self, without even experiencing situations that bring out and pull out the higher self out of you, right? You have to understand that pressure causes diamond, right? That's the alchemy of a diamond. Pressure, resistance, focused on one point of sedimentation. That's what you call the alchemical process, the alchemical transmutation from sediment to diamond. And the same way that works with diamonds, I believe that works the same way with the mind, because there's no mind that operates and functions under pressure better than a mind that has operated and functioned under pressure. It's like you can take a person who's always had pressure on their mind and replace them, and you can't replace them with someone who's never had actual pressure. So these people are talking from a rudimentary, underdeveloped, underexperienced point of view while being old as fucking looking the part. That's where deception comes into play. These people are deceiving you. Like, you have to understand that time on earth doesn't really dictate experience on earth. Like, you could be in the same position your entire life or go from phases to phases, but if you're not intensively leveling up and going from level to level to level, from mindset to mindset to mindset, ripping through the layers of your mind, revealing who you truly are within, you are gonna remain that low-level piece of shit. And we're not doing this for an arbitrary reason. We're actually accumulating and fostering intellect. We're fostering experience. We're being intelligent. We're setting in motion what needs to be set in motion to create a commotion to correspond to certain motives, right? So all these people, they're so underdeveloped, their intellectual ability, their psychological prowess, their competence in certain aspects of living, they just fucking suck. It's like you can do math all day, but throw yourself in a fucking position where you need to pull out the fucking hardest version of yourself and watch how you fucking fold under pressure. You have to understand that there's conquerors and there's people that get conquered. Now, you can either conquer your life or you can let life conquer you. Now, the people that I have in my mind are the people who let life conquer them. And matter of fact, I spit in your fucking face, bro. You let life conquer you, I don't even want you in my sight. I don't want you in my frequency. Watch me level up in life. Like, I'm mad young. I'm more experienced than you. Like, motherfuckers have time on earth. We have time on earth. We have less time on earth than you, and we have more experience. So you're telling me you spent 50 years on fucking earth, and I'm more intellectually inclined and more competent than you in life. Because so a lot of people like to focus on the not so important, but they're good at it, so they focus on it even more. It's like, no, let's look at your life as a whole. Let's look at your mindset. Let's look at your body. Let's look at your finances. Let's look at your mindset. Let's break you down and deduct who you really are. And when you see and you deduct a person for what they really are, not who they claim to be, you really see through whatever the fuck they're trying to project into reality. If anything, they're trying to conform themselves into your perception to project a certain person in reality. So they're conforming their own mind to perform a certain way of acting and being in motion in their life. And you have to understand that if you're at a certain age and you don't have a level of comprehension that you can't comprehend what I'm saying, it means that you failed in life. You are a failure. You failed horribly. You failed tremendously. And just because you limit yourself, don't limit me. Because I know you see. And what you see, I don't see. Because you and me are two different fucking animals. We're two different creatures. You're a primate animal. Like you people that operate on impulses and comply with a fucking sensation that you must conform to, you're a fucking animal. That's what the fucking squirrel does. That's what the shark does when it smells blood. Like, that's what the fucking lion does when it needs to eat. It conforms to its impulse and it goes and get. So when you conform to an impulse and go and get, you're a fucking animal. And to the people who actually develop their intellectual ability, which allows them to be a human, you have to understand everything in life is earned, baby. Everything in life is earn. If you ain't earning your motherfucking intellect, you're not an intellectual human. You're a fucking primate, and you've conformed yourself into that, and you've literally disintegrated the opportunity to become the highest version of yourself and become a human. Right? So the name human is an earned title, and you don't earn that shit until you put in that fucking work. You develop your intellect, you develop your comprehension, you develop who you are, you envelop, you turn within, you find out what others don't know about themselves, you unfold your DNA through epigenetics, you put yourself in certain predicaments where you unfold your own mind and DNA. It's called tapping into ancestral DNA. It's called blood memory. This is a scientific, factual fucking thing you can look up. You have to understand that information is what you inform to, and what you inform to is what you're gonna informat and inform to. Like, it's your formation of being. And if you're not properly informed to the right information, then you're probably gonna deform into deformity and conform into conformity because you don't know how to inform into your own informity. And that by itself takes comprehension. Like, There's so many levels, but just don't give up. Be that guy. Continue to push on forward. And make sure you click the Patreon and check out some information. We got some nice detailed explanation. We got a little community in there. You go check that out. All of that is value for you to make sure you can amplify your life. Don't conform to these motherfuckers that hate on you. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them and what they want you to do. Listen to yourself and show them the middle finger, because they suck at life anyways. I mean, look at that shit. How old are you again? 40? You got 20 years to live? What the fuck is your life looking like? Oh, that's your life? Stay the fuck away from me. I don't even want to look at you. Fucking disgrace. Like, it's not even fucked up. It's like you chose that shit. How am I fucked up if you chose that shit? You're fucked up because you chose that shit. And I'm fucked up. No, I'm not fucked up. I'm just regular for telling you that you're fucked up. You rather deform into all these fucking lies and create layers of resistances. So now you're walking around miserable instead of confront your fucking big ass lie that you live. It's like, what the fuck are you even doing on Earth? What are you doing in existence? Why are you within the universe? It's like, you don't deserve the shit. You've clearly stated you don't want to be here. So conform to your comfortability, and peace.